My people, hello, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a quick review of the newest bag from Upper Park Disc Golf. This is the Pinch Pro. Really simple, symmetrical designed bag that is very versatile and has a lot of different ways that you can set it up and use it for your purposes. And also is a lower price point than either the Shift, like I have up there, or the top of the line Rebel. So you can get into this bag for around $100 after you use my code, which of course is Disc Golf Nerd 10. To get 10% off anything you need from Upper Park, whether it's a bag, apparel, etc. So, Pinch Pro. Okay, let's take a look at how I have it set up, and we'll go through the features as we go. So the front pocket here is a great spot for valuables, and these two elastic pockets here. So usually put my wallet, keys, stuff in here. Has a little key retainer in there if you want to use that. And there's some room in here too, so you can put wallet, keys in there, and then stuff some other stuff in here, some extra socks or towels or snacks or any of the stuff that you find that you need the most often out there on the course. One of the coolest features of this particular bag are these large side pockets. These are plenty big to fit discs, so I got 5 overstable kind of mid-range approach discs in here. You can zip it closed. You can zip it closed if there are some discs in there. I don't know if I could zip it with all 5. Maybe 3 or 4 I could zip it closed if I want to. It fits a Nalgene quite well. So you can put 2 Nalgenes in here perfectly, or this one will kind of tip over a little bit, which is fine. Or you can put a Nalgene here and then stuff some towels or snacks or whatever on the other side to keep your water in place. But the way I'm setting it up is I have my kind of overstable approach discs. Got this rad fuse in there as well that I throw a lot. And that is the way I'm setting this bag up, is with plastic in these side pockets here. Fits drivers, 5 drivers beautifully on this side. So I got a few different drivers in here. And then on the inside, I keep my putters and approach discs. First we'll stop on the side here, take a look at the little Hobbs. And he is attached to the D-ring. There's another one, symmetrical again on the other side. From what I can tell, this bag is completely symmetrical. There's nothing really different about one side or the other. So you can put anything you want, bag tags, towels, etc. I got little Hobbs chilling there. These sidewalls have some structure to them. So they're not like completely soft, but they're not rigid either. Somewhere in between. And we have the same high quality recycled materials throughout this bag that we have on the current runs of the Shift and the Rebel, so that's nice. I believe this bag came with the sternum straps, but I took them off immediately because I never use those. It does have a little Upper Park logo on here. It's always tricky to film all this stuff, guys, so bear with me, but if I get that out of the way of the light, you can see it's got a nice deep cut channel there for airflow, and running through this whole part here is a metal internal structure bar. You can see and feel the top of it right here. Kind of see where it protrudes out there. And then it runs all the way down. So it has a really nice firm feel in this bag. It's not floppy or soft at all. It has a nice structure to it overall. Straps are nice. They're not super thick, but they're not really thin either. I think they're a great weight for the size of the bag and the price point. We have the Quick Draw Mini Pocket up here, which is one of my favorite features of all Upper Park bags. I always keep my handkerchief in there, and in this one I have some Winter Blend DG Max Wax as well. Deep pocket if you get to something very often, a particular snack or whatever it is, a rangefinder maybe, something that you're using a lot. Great spot to put anything. And of course, if you're a tournament player and you're getting to your mini a lot, it's a phenomenal spot to put your mini as well. Let's get into this main compartment here. So you can see there's a putter pocket here, but I like to keep soft goods up here, so I have a towel. I have my rubber stretch band stuffed in there. In this back corner, I have a mini stick retriever. Buy these off a dude on eBay. I'll put a link in the description because they're pretty rad. They're not as big as like the DD one, like this one over here, but they disappear inside most bags, which is great, and they're still way better than trying to find a stick or anything like that. So I love to have those in my smaller bags, and then I'll put a bigger one in my Rebel. I didn't even see this pocket when I was unboxing this bag. But I have some gear down here. I have a Zip Fizz. Keep an extra handkerchief here just in case I need it. My towel is clipped to that D-ring on the other side of Little Hobbs, so I'll pull that out, get it out of the way here. In here I have a baby Defiant. So this is a large size mini. It's like a miniature replica of my signature Defiant, so you can put pretty big minis in here as well if you want to. And then I just kind of stuff my main putters and approach discs in this front compartment. I have a water bottle in here too. I have this aluminum bottle I've been using just because it's kind of thin and lightweight. And then I have 4 discs in here. I have a disc in this front flap pocket here. You can take a disc out of here and tuck this underneath your gear if you don't want this flapping around, but it doesn't really bother me. And I have my more stable Defiant sitting in here. Then my DGN Defiant is right inside the main compartment along with my main putter, which is this dagger right now. Got my full 4 chain in here. Throwing dagger that I'm using a lot on short tees and approaches. And then underneath that, you can see the bottom of the retriever handle there. And maybe you can see, if it'll kind of focus a little bit there, I just have some shirts and towels and stuff tucked down in there. And then onto the bottom of the bag, we have the same feet as the Rebel and the Shift, and we also have the same waterproof material on the bottom here, which is rad. And then you can see that it's a small detail, but it's very important in this design. The bottom of these side pockets, there's a little bit of clearance, right? You can see that it's not flush to the bottom of the bag. So once you get this bag on the ground, those pockets ride up off the ground. Therefore, the bottom of these discs isn't rubbing this material between, rocks on the ground. The discs on the inside kind of abrading this material here. Over time, there's not going to be none of that going on because there's plenty of clearance. Also keeps it out of the mud and the moisture and stuff. So if you put this thing on the ground, even with that waterproof bottom, if this was flush, this material would likely get wet, but having that little bit of clearance is really nice. And then there is a firm bottom in here as well. So even for the lower price point, you still get a really nice, well-designed, well-structured bag with good attention to detail. Here you can see the clearance again. Plenty of clearance underneath there. Good attention to detail, versatile in terms of the way you can set it up. If you want to stuff this main compartment full of drivers, it can fit about 15 or 16, which is a lot. And if you wanted to really go all out and put plastic anywhere it can fit in this thing and really load it a full bore, this thing could hold a ton of discs. But as it stands right now, I'm loving it for a nice 15 disc. Pick it up and go. It's lightweight and really easy to carry. It rides really high on your back because it's a little bit of a shorter bag overall than some others. So it sits up nice and high on your back, which I think is nice. And really easy bag to use and really versatile in terms of the way you can set it up. But yeah, if you want to stuff it down with plastic, you can for sure. The only real issue is once you have this main compartment loaded up, if you put discs here and you put discs here, you're going to be running into some interference trying to pull them in and out. So this way I can kind of ride them on a little bit of an angle there. I could put 2, 3, 4 more in here without too much issue, especially if I kind of readjust where the water's sitting. And oftentimes I've noticed during my test rounds, if I'm throwing a disc a lot, it'll end up in there anyway. Really solid little bag that I'm enjoying very much. And I'm really happy to have a little bit of a lower price point bag to offer in terms of recommendations for people out there. Because basically not everybody can afford a Rebel. So it's nice to have a bag that I can recommend to folks that is at a lower price point and allow people to get into an Upper Park bag for a little bit less money, which is always great and always nice to have options that are available to more people out there. So that is my quick review of the Upper Park Pinch Pro. As always, use my code DiscGolfNerd10 to save 10% off anything you need from Upper Park, including one of these bags. Let me know if you have any questions about this in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them, and I will talk to you all very soon. Cheers.